Since I started showing the process of packing and sorting the massive amount of pencil lead that I have, people less familiar with my backstory have asked the obvious question, why in God's name do you have so much pencil lead? The story begins way back in ye olden days of internet woodworking, when one David Picciuto, known across the realm as the Drunken Woodworker, fashioned pencils in his simple workshop, yet nary a simple means for hexagon shaping could he find. But his video was really popular, which gave me, an enterprising young lad at the time, the notion that if I could devise a tool making it simpler to create a pencil's hexagonal form centered around the lead, I could own a category similar to pen making, and Rockler would not stock shelves like this if that was not popular. So how to do it? The first step seemed pretty obvious, just a round router bit with a diameter that matched the diameter of the lead with just a tiny space for glue. Cut around into two small rectangular pieces, glue them together, and you get a square that's roughly centered on the lead. I say roughly because I can't really count on the customer to get this perfect, but it's pretty close. But where to go from here? My first thought was lathe attachments. I could make lathe attachments that connect to the two ends just outside of the pencil lead so that you spin the blank centered on the lead. You turn it down to a cylinder like a dowel with a lead right in the center. Now I can count on the lead being right in the center. And then from there I could have like a die sort of thing that you force the blank through. It cuts the hex shape and you end up with a pencil form. And this did work. I scrapped this concept because the lathe step was really finicky. That's a fragile piece. I was just worried about people breaking it. So I didn't go with this one. So the next path I went down was an all router option. So before the glue up, I was envisioning a specialized router bit that had half of a hexagonal form, so you could cut half the hexagon in the blanks after you did the routing for the lead, but before you glued it together. This had some potential, but it required like a really precise height setting on the bit, like so precise that even if your router table was like mine and not really solid, even the amount of downward pressure you're putting on it affects like where you get that hexagon. You have to nail it absolutely perfect because this method counts on no refining after the glue up. It was just, I thought people would be unhappy with how fiddly it was trying to get that height right. So I abandoned this concept too. But I did stick with an all router option on the next one. I just came up with something that made the height setting of the bit unimportant. So in this iteration of the concept, there's a carriage that holds the blank in a position that lets just a straight router cut one of 6 faces, and then it rotates to cut the next face and so on. So the finicky precision was taken care of, but similar to the lathe option, I was really worried about that fragile blank hanging out in space and that powerful router bit catching it and breaking it and going through somebody's eye, and then my next workshop's in prison or something. I don't know. Liability was scary on this one. So I scrapped this one too. But I liked the concept of a carriage that rotates 60 degrees to present a new face. I just needed something a little safer than a router bit, and that was a hand plane. So this was my next concept, and this is the one that was good enough to work. It's a little slower than the router bit, but I could still make a pencil in under 4 minutes, like cutting all the faces in under 4 minutes. Thought that was fast enough, so I went for it. On Indiegogo, I launched this in 2019, raised $17,000. Not a smash hit, but enough to give it a try. And for a long time, I kept at it. I did cool pencil builds with end caps and eraser ends that I started selling in all different colors and finishes, and I added a set of super premium 72 color LEDs to make really big, like artist quality sets and other accessories, all trying to build out that vision that I brought up at the beginning, that pen turning equivalent category. And I made a lot of sales. Special thanks to David Picciuto, Paul Jackman, and Matt Cremona. All of you made great videos, helped me out. However, a couple years ago, I started to get the feeling like I just was not the right person to be selling this tool. This really feels like it needs a maker who does craft shows and has a constant reason to be making bespoke pencils that he or she is selling, so that there's just a drive to keep making cool pencils. For me, it was just starting to feel like work, and that's no good. So a year ago, I made this video and said that I was shutting it down, not making any more pencils. I was going to sell the sleds that I had, and then it would be over. Two problems with that. First of all, I sold all of my sleds in like under 24 hours, so there are a lot more people that would have liked to get in on that closeout sale. And the second problem, all the accessories. I bought so much pencil lead. Look at all this. This is just a fraction of what I bought and have to package. That last sale did not put a dent in it. I thought about just getting a dumpster, filling it up with lead, and being done with this. But that's so wasteful, and I spent so much effort. This is a set of 72 colors of lead, 5 leads each on those 72 colors. I had artists test this stuff. I had all these different factories that I worked with. This was the best one. It's just really exceptionally good stuff. Even time-wise and return on, my time, the dumpster would probably be better to move on with life. I just couldn't do it. I had to make one more shot at getting this lead in the hands of people that want to make pencils. This box, by the way, this is not all of the 72 lead sets that I have. This is what my garage looks like right now. So I decided to do one final production run on the sled. And I made it a little bit better. These are lower friction tracks, and unlike the first version, this one's adjustable so that it fully captures the plane, travels a little bit smoother. Small incremental improvement. If you're one of the 100 people who get these, there's only 50 left at the time of posting this video. Anyway, so 50 more of these. Check it out, link in description. And back to the lead and accessories, let me tell you about what comes with them. Over 10,000 pieces of pencil lead. You can read the listing for exactly which sets and leads are included in that, but it's enough to keep you busy for a very, very, very long time, and probably pass on the tool to the next generation with still plenty of pencils to make. In addition to that, what you see me doing here is mixing up all of the end caps and eraser ends and all that stuff, and dividing it into equal parts so that everybody gets kind of a random assortment of these accessories. That's the deal. That's the kit. I don't even know how much percentage discount given everything that you get, but it's a lot. Set yourself up with this hobby. Check it out if you want to grab one of the last ones. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.
Dad, how is it turning?
Well, you gotta join my channel to learn how I did that.
Well, I'm already part of your channel.
Oh, you gotta join. You gotta pay. I need payers.
What? I have to pay money for this? Nah.
Pay up. Dude, pay up. I told you I was paying you to make this video.
Dude, just tell me how that's moving.
I cannot tell you unless you join the channel and pay. That is the rules.